friends. Hi, guys. Hey, wonderful to see you. Y'all, the other day, now where are you going? The other day when I was at the dentist for 3 hours, they had on what? What did they happen to have on while I was there? Kelly and Mark. Live with Kelly and Mark. And I never watch that show because I'm always here with you knuckleheads. And I was watching it. And David, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but they're doing it better than us. They're doing it better than us.
That's not really surprising, you know, since she's been on there like
107
since
years.
Moses was a child. And I mean, they seem to be doing well, so that's not surprising.
They definitely don't have any more personality than us, okay? But she's got me beat in the cute department. She's
no,
real
ma'am.
cute.
No, ma'am. I'm not saying she's not cute, but no, she ain't got you.
And it's behind them. It's a sunny day in New York. They've got this. It's just a screen, is what it is.
This right here, this is sunny. I can't find it. There we go.
Their background looks like you're going to open glass doors and be right out on a balcony over New York City. It's just, it's one of those created screens, no doubt. But ours feels dark. Ours feels dark, and theirs feels bright.
Okay, now look at what we're wearing today.
We look like two floating heads.
And it really looks dark. But I will say, if you think about, if you want to do it by the number of people working on that show.
Whoa.
The number of people working on that show, divide that down to an individual compared to the number of people working on this show, I think we're doing better than them.
Okay.
If you want to say how much money is invested in that show, we're doing a whole heck of a lot better.
That's
than them.
right.
So it's all, you know, you just got to look at it the right way.
And so they can be talking to each other, and then all of a sudden this third voice over at the side, you know, if they're having an argument, he'll be the judge, he'll be the tiebreaker. And we need something like that.
Actually, I would like to be Goldman. So you need another co-host. I would like to be Goldman.
I think my girlfriend Rhonda is the best bet for a co-host, but every time I do it, David, and you brought this up on purpose. You brought this up on purpose. You brought
up being in the dentist, watching this.
No, you brought up
What did I bring up?
You brought up, I just want to be Gelman. I just want to stand over to the side so that all the women's on here, women's will be like, no, we can't do without David.
You know me very well. And
yes, I do.
Know that is not the case.
Yes.
You know that is not the case. I really do. I would just like, you know me, I'm a man of one-liners. I would just like to every now and then lean in and say something sarcastic. That's what I would like to do. And then I can be on the side doing whatever else I need to be doing instead of quit
acting like you're playing the piano. People are going to think you're sitting up there playing the piano. I'm just telling y'all, I think my girlfriend Rhonda would be a great co-host. We could talk about all the things that, you know, have to do with women and things about men that make us mad. We could have episodes called Your Man is a Dog. We could have another episode called Take Him Out to the Curb. We could bring essentially back
Maury Davis.
Ricky Lake. Maury Davis. We could bring back Ricky Lake.
Maury Davis was an old speaker. Or who was the guy that had the television show?
Maury Povich.
But
Ricky Lake was way better. But anyway, they have this table and they both sit up high at the table. Like they're so high, like David, they're like this high. And then they look down at their notes. Okay. So they're like at this level.
Well, we can fix that right now. Let's stand and do our show. Would you like me to go move the cameras? Or would you just like to do like this?
No, I'm just saying they're up high and it makes them look like they're more in charge. I'm like this. I look like I'm 8.
The only thing I would just warn you about, the saying is you're going to get knocked off your high horse for a reason. So I'm just saying, you want to balance being high and getting knocked off.
Well, I think they're cute and I think they got it going on. And I like their background. So
I think the only thing that they clearly have better than us,
looks.
There's no question whatsoever,
That he looks good without a shirt on.
my paleness compared to his
Latino flavor.
cocoa perfectness.
Yeah.
That's he hands down.
Also, no matter what she says, he sits there like this. But I want you to look at your face. Right, freeze. No. Freeze. What your face was right before. This is how you look at me on almost every topic. So they've got that. So here's what I think. Listen to me. We have got this big, huge window, a picture window. I don't even know what that phrase means. What is a picture window?
You look at it and it just looks like a picture. Just
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
Somebody look that up real quick and put it in the comments. What is a picture window? Anyway, I think we've got one. I'm not for sure. We've got this big, huge picture window in our kitchen. Okay. What if we take this? We don't have a table in there since Rocco decided to see if it could hold him. That's a quote. We had the cutest little French cafe table in there, and Rocco said, I just wanted to see if it could hold me. So that broke.
The answer was no.
We put this in there. And this is where we set up a little coffee bar. We're always making coffees and stuff in our house. We make this a little coffee bar. Put the little coffee or the Keurig.
What does this have to do with our show?
Okay. Then we get a smaller table, 2 comfy chairs, and a backdrop that's
Light, vibrant.
bright. And it looks like we're having coffee every morning with our friends instead of like, hey, we've just come to y'all from the funeral home where we have literally just brought in 3 more bodies. Because that's what this looks like.
Yeah. If the family will please take their own cars, our family car has broken down. I don't know what that. You don't get that from Mark. I guarantee you that. Why did automatically when you said that, it came to mind that the funeral home's family car broke down.
I don't know, David. I don't know. What do you think about that? I think that this needs to be lighter. It needs to look like we're having a good time and we're happy about it. This looks like we've just brought somebody in to tell them they've been suspended from school. This looks like the audio visual room.
Although, this, lean to the side, this says fun. This says lively.
We got one good picture of us, and
That's not true.
we're going to use it.
That's not true. I don't know if I have that other one on this computer to show, but I got that one where I'm spanking you, and we got a couple of others.
Oh, my Lord. They're saying they like our house as the backdrop, which you and I know how to solve that problem.
Our house is a backdrop.
Yeah, we get a backdrop that's our house.
Oh, like take a picture of the. Good Lord.
Something went up my nose, David.
Like take a picture of it and make it to a backdrop.
Yeah.
Because the reason why that doesn't work, because we're doing this every day and the cameras and the lights and all that kind of stuff, we can't have it set up in there, and it doesn't make any sense to go back and forth.
No.
So I mean, that doesn't make
We got too
sense.
much life going on in that other parts of our house.
But we could take a picture of it. Mm-hmm. We could take a picture of it and.
So, all that to say, can I have this for a little coffee bar? What'd you say, baby?
Not till we have everything else. And we actually have a couple of chairs over there.
Yes, we do. I don't look attractive when I sit in them because they lean back. So I'm like this. Hey, everybody, how y'all doing? Anyway, what I'm essentially saying is, I'd like this in my kitchen. That's really what I'm going for.
It's a long, long talk.
I agree with Melissa. It's too dark. Okay. You know what? It's okay when I say it. It's painful when you say it.
So Tiffany Sweet Shop. That's could go a couple ways with that. We're gonna keep on moving. Tiffany
Sweet Spot. What the what? I thought it said Tiffany Sweet Shop.
Spot.
And that would be bitter, but Sweet Spot sounds filthy.
It may not be.
Why
It
did
may
you
be.
do that?
Maybe she's got some personality. Maybe she wanted to be
No doubt, but-
Maybe she wanted to be able to look at people that are a little, more prim and proper and go, it's the sweet spot. It's where you come to get all your candies and all that kind of
sweet
stuff.
spot.
But then she also wanted to make her friends laugh.
It's the sweet spot. I understand the sweet spot. I like that, like as a little bakery, but it also has quite a double entendre.
Tiffany assumed we thought our mics were on mute because she said, I can hear you. We love you.
I'm literally right here.
But I will say this, Tiffany, we're so glad that you are watching us. Everyone that is watching on YouTube, and we've been going live on Facebook the last couple of weeks. We're so glad that you're with us. If you're watching live or on replay, but I'm assuming Tiffany is a little newer because she evidently has not seen. We are, what did I say? We're like 1,500 episodes in on this. We've done this for a very long time.
She's not new at all, and she sent us treats. And not only that, I'm about to ask her for something.
So Tiffany, do you not remember the dungeon? This is like spring and life.
This is like Central Park
compared to the dungeon.
I don't know what my fascination is with dark colors, okay? But a beach house would never work for me. I want to live in some kind of cave in Antarctica because these are the colors that I keep choosing. Hey, sweet spot, I got a question for you. October the 21st is my mom's birthday. And it's also the same night. I'm literally telling her life right now. It's also the same night that we have this big, huge thing at the Civic Center here in my town. It's designer purse bingo, and it's a big deal in this town.
It's for the chillins.
It's for the children, and it's what it is Remy's, the senior class of the school puts it on to raise money for their project celebration. Okay.
Which is what they do on graduation night instead of them all going out and some of them getting
I think
in
everybody
trouble.
knows what project
Okay,
celebration is.
okay.
Anyway, so we have designer purse bingo, and it's a big deal in this town, and all the women's come out for it. Well, we have a table of 10, which perfectly fits all the women in my family plus Janet. Okay, so it's all the women in my family and Janet, and it's my mom's birthday. And so I was going to get her a cake. The problem is that my mom's favorite cake is carrot cake. And who in their right mind likes carrot cake? So I was thinking, have you ever heard of carrot cake cupcakes? That might be good. Like 6 carrot cake cupcakes and then 6 something else cupcakes. Like, because I didn't want to buy a whole carrot cake because then what? The other, I think there's literally only 2 in the family, her and one other person that like carrot cake.
There is
And
no.
then so like the other 8 of us just sit there and watch them eat cake. What's the best bet, sweet spot?
It's funny. I have to believe there are carrot cupcakes, but I don't think I've ever seen them.
I haven't either. Amy Roberry just goes, y'all are talking like this is a new idea. We thought it was. I thought I was creating a cupcake.
No, that's what I'm saying. There have had to be carrot cake cupcakes or carrot cupcakes, however you call it, whatever you would call them. But I don't think I have ever
seen a carrot cake cupcake. What is that? All I know is I'm bringing the noise, bringing the funk.
Oh, now Sue's brought a good idea.
Carrot cake cupcakes are super popular.
Really?
I know that. I didn't know.
Well, maybe it's Tiffany's carrot cupcakes.
Yeah, right.
You know,
maybe it's hers that she makes.
maybe it's her sweet spot that people love. Sue says nothing but bundt cakes. Nothing but bundt cakes make those, and then you could get whatever flavor everybody wanted. Now you would have to take out a personal loan
for real
to buy everyone their own. But
okay, here's what I was thinking. Let me ask you this, and I'll order them from you. I'm not asking you to do me any favors. I'll pay you.
Just one second, because I don't want this to pass. Amy Roberry had an incredible idea. This really could revolutionize not only Tiffany's business but the industry
and this show.
But Amy Roberry said, "Hey Tiffany, have you ever heard of chocolate cupcakes? That sounds like a good idea."
You know what?
That's it.
You know what this is? David Radke taught me this when we first got married. He would shoot me the Christian finger all the time. That's what he would say. He would get so mad at me and he'd be like, oh! And I would say, what are you doing? And he'd say, this is the Christian finger. So that's to you, Roberry. All right. Listen, I didn't know that carrot cupcakes existed because I can tell you right now, I don't walk into a bakery and look for them. Okay? I didn't know.
Maybe you have
order.
maybe you have a blind spot when you're in the sweet spot.
I'd like to place an order, Sweet Spot. Where Sweet Spot's probably like, Tiffany's probably like, I can't ship cupcakes. I am really fascinated right now by the maple bacon flavor. Something like that. Maple bacon chocolate cupcake.
When you say right now, that sounds like you're in a season.
Yeah,
and
true.
That is not at all
be
true.
Further from the
That's
truth.
like a life love.
I love maple bacon anything. And what I want is a specialty cupcake created called the Mel. And it's a rich vanilla cupcake, and on the top is like maybe would it be chocolate? Or I don't know. I don't know what it would be.
Or maybe maple.
Maybe maple.
If you're wanting maple bacon.
Maple buttercream with sprinkles of bacon. Don't put one piece of bacon. Don't put one little piece of bacon because then you got that in like 2 bites of the cupcake.
Okay,
sprinkled of bacon.
You are really growing up. I'm very proud of you.
Why?
Because you said a vanilla base. Because if you do have some kind of a maple, icing and then the bacon, it's getting pretty, I can't use the 4-letter word that you hate, but it's getting pretty,
Rich.
Opposite of poor.
I cannot stand it when people say that. Oh, I can't eat that. It's so rich.
Vanilla,
it's like, back off, Becky.
But the vanilla would still be great, and then you'd have this nice ad.
Well, let me just go on record as saying, I can honestly I cannot tell you the last time I had a cupcake. I don't eat like that anymore. I used to eat like that quite often, and I don't eat like that anymore. But I'm asking about this for my mom's birthday. So it would be October 21st. Let me know what you can do. All right. And can I ask the woman who lives in our town who keeps commenting on here? There's also another purse bingo. I'm not going to that purse bingo. That's representing another school. I'm going to go to mine. You go to your school, I'm going to go to mine. And then she comes back and she's like, also it's Burb. Then she's like, oh, there's maple bacon caramels that they sell downtown Lufkin. I don't care. So back off, Lufkin. Back off. All right.
What? Her kids go to the same school?
I don't know what's going on. They're in and out. They're in and out. They're in and out. I can't tell what school they go to. There's so many kids she's got. They all go to different places. She's got like 12 kids.
Another lady of local
leisure
heritage.
Lady of local leisure.
Her attempt was to be nice, but in reality, she's sticking it to you because she said she brought you some maple syrup from Vermont. So she thinks she's being nice, but in reality, she's sticking it to you because she knows she got to go to Vermont and you haven't.
And she knows that's on my bucket list.
So,
can't stand ladies of local leisure or ladies of local heritage. All right. Today is the day of the week that we discuss what we're reading, what we're watching, what we're listening to, and what we paid money to go see. That's right. You can find it. Something went up my nose a few minutes ago. And I'm going to tell you what, it's up there and it is having a ball.
We'll be right back after this quick break. If you don't stop digging in your nose when we are live.
No. Just let me blow it. Let me farmer blow it. Where you blow it in your hand. No. Hold on. Let me farmer blow it.
Farmer blow it and you blow it in the field with your hand.
No, it's what exactly that they put one finger here.
No, you're not doing that live or off. We got to get back on.
Okay, go.
Okay, I'm sorry for the slight delay.
Well, I want to tell you guys this. I'll start with this. Let me tell y'all a little story about what happened. Do y'all remember how last week when we were talking, put it back on you, put it back on you.
Well, you're still on there. I don't have a solo camera.
Do y'all remember how last week we were talking about movies that we wanted to go see? And I told you guys about the movie called Speak No Evil, and I thought it looked really good. I went to go see it on Friday night. Y'all, it's a good little movie. Now, I did go see it at the Lufkin Theater, so it was blurry for the first 18 minutes of the movie, even though we went out and reported it 2 different times. On the 3rd time, Remy got up to go report it, and the manager was standing at the back watching it. And Remy said, it's still really blurry. Like, it's giving me a migraine. I think I'm going to have to leave. And the manager said, and I quote, fine, I'll go fix it.
What was the age of this
I want to
manager?
sing the movie. I want to sing a song now that I've called Only in Lufkin. Only in Lufkin would that ever happen. Only in a Lufkin theater. That you tell the manager you got a problem, you can't see it. And she sighs and rolls her eyes and says, I'll go upstairs and finally I'll fix it. So she goes upstairs and corrects it in 3.2 seconds. She just didn't want to walk upstairs. And suddenly, I have never, felt more kin to a Lufkin manager in all of my life. I wouldn't want to walk up the stairs either.
You're like, really?
I was getting sick.
If you were the manager, you'd go, is it that blurry? Like if you squint your eyes, does it not make it look bad?
Here's what I did. And I told Janet that I did this. In the theater, there was 6 of us watching it. And there was probably, 8 other people in the theater. And I went like this at one point. Is this blurry to anybody else? And this man goes, yes, it's about to drive my wife crazy. Okay. And it was terrible. So they went and fixed it. That was a good little movie. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. David and I have a thing that we do. We say to each other, is it rentable? We used to say that, remember, all the time. You'd rent movies. Mm-hmm. Like, do I go pay for it or do I rent it? Well, now.
Or do you wait for it to come out? Now it's kind of a different
Now it's
thing,
like, do I go see it or do I stream it?
Yeah.
For sure, stream it. Movies are so expensive. I wouldn't pay $11 to go and see it. But when it comes out on Netflix or whatever, like, yes, Speak No Evil, it's good. It's a tense thriller.
Okay. Tense thrillers. Somebody was asking, could my 14-year-old see it? Like, what is the age? Like, how tense or how, if there
I
was some...
hate when people ask me that question because I don't know what your 14-year-old sees. What if your 14-year-old saw The Terrifier Part 1 and 2, which I never did. But, like, I don't know. I wouldn't let my 14-year-old see it. There was zero sex or anything like that. There was one sexual awkward moment for sure. But I wouldn't let my 14-year-old see it because it has a child whose tongue has been removed. And that's it's eerie. So wouldn't let your 14-year-old see it. Yeah. I wouldn't, but you do, you boo.
And I don't think a 14-year-old needs to see an awkward, sexual type scene. Yeah. I mean, they should wait until, they're married for those awkward scenes.
Right. Then you want to see as much awkward sex as you possibly can. What is the show that you said Remy is watching? You said it's between Scrubs and The Office. Okay. It's called Saint Dennis. But I didn't say Remy was watching it. I said it looks like one Remy would like. It doesn't even come out until November the 13th. I've been looking.
Yeah, I think November.
It comes out on Peacock November 13th. It's called Saint Dennis. And it looks like a cross between Scrubs and what did she say? In The Office or something. It looks really, really cute. But,
and it may even be by like some of the producers or writers or something. Now, Remy and I have started watching. I think you're talking about what did you call it? St. Elmo's Place? What did you say?
St. Elmo's Fire?
What did you say?
Rob Lowe's coming here?
What did you say? I just forgot the name of that
Scrubs.
Show. No,
Parks and Recreation.
The new show.
Speak No Evil.
Anyway,
No Evil?
I think you were talking about whatever show she just said. I can't remember what it is.
The cross between Scrubs and The Office.
Yeah. What is the show?
St. Dennis.
St. Dennis.
Who's on first?
So, but Remy and I have started watching.
You told them this last week.
How to Die Alone. How to Die Alone on Hulu.
Which is why we decorated it.
So, where I'm very fascinated in it because I think it can do really well for our embalming business.
Okay. Someone just asked if Speak No Evil is gory. It is absolutely not gory until one scene at the very end and they don't show hardly anything. But that is a gory scene.
It's no more gory than having lunch with Amy Rory. Amy Rory. Amy Roberry.
It is a gory scene. It's very quick, but let's just say it's a happy gory. You're like, get them! You know what I'm saying? So that's almost say about that. What was the crime documentary David talked about weeks ago that was coming out soon? Don't you love it when they do this, David?
Ooh,
Tell us what y'all were talking about 7 weeks ago.
I have no earthly idea. This is actually an older crime documentary.
I know exactly the answer to your question. I'm seeing if he knows.
Outcry. It's an old documentary that we just watched, which, thank you, our friends from the Austin area that
knew about it.
There were two people in particular that like knew one of them, I don't know if knew the family, but knew the family and how it affected the area, and it was cool, just a little insight they gave.
Yeah.
But what was the other one? What are they?
I guarantee you, she is talking about the show that came on Netflix about the woman FBI agent. You showed a trailer for it, and we've not even watched it yet.
That was like months ago.
So good, yeah.
We got to go back and find that. It was
about
like
the woman
ago.
that like was the first like one to interview serial killers or something like that. And we were like, Remy would love this.
Yeah.
So we got to go back and watch that. I don't remember what it's called, but I know it's on Hulu.
It was funny. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday? Remy was sitting in a class, and she was sitting by two of her buddies, and they were talking about what colleges they were applying for and what they were going to major in and all this kind of stuff. And so Remy was telling one of them that she's known for the last several years in high school, but I wouldn't say super close with. And she said, I really have decided I'm going to do criminology. It really, really interests me. And, I think getting to go to a body farm would be cool. And she was just kind of talking about that. And he said, oh, I can't see you doing that at all. Well, the other buddy has been her buddy since like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years old, something really, really, really young. Remy actually gave him his first black eye when she punched him one time, but he went, what are you talking about? I've known Remy forever, and I'm telling you, she would love that.
She would love a body farm.
I don't know why I thought that was fun.
So I wanted to talk about a show that I am watching right now. One I just finished called Into the Fire on Netflix. Let's get into it. And the second one, I am not done yet. I'm not finished with yet. And I am perplexed. I love a good documentary where I go, who did this? Who the heck did this? Is she guilty? Is she not? It's called Little Miss Innocent, and it's on Hulu. And some of you might be familiar with the case. I actually wasn't. I didn't know anything about it. About a woman and her husband who are two chiropractors. They own a business together, and she dies mysteriously, and the receptionist is blamed for it. But did she do it? And so it's called Little Miss Innocent. Check that out on Hulu. I am halfway through it, and it's really good. But let's talk about Into the Fire on Netflix. This one bothered me, and y'all know why. So Into the Fire on Netflix is about a woman who adopts her daughter out at 9 months old. She had that child when she was very, very young, and gives the child up for adoption. The child, it was back in the day when closed adoptions were all the thing. So you don't know where the child is going, what kind of family. And the child goes into a loving family where she is adored and loved, or so you think. But when she turns 14, this child runs away, and she's missing for years. And a body is found. And in order to identify the body, because the body is decomposed, they have to contact the biological mom, who at this point did not even know that that child ran away. She didn't know where that child ended up. And she's like, oh my gosh, my biological child ran away and now they need my DNA. So she gives DNA. It is not a match. And that's when the story really takes off, because then what you have is a biological mom saying, wait, it's not a match, but that means my biological child ran away years ago and you ain't never found her. Well, I'll find her. And what happens in the search for her? It's called Into the Fire, and several people told me it was good. Why it bothered me was because it was about adoption. And she wasn't put into a good home. She was put into a terrifying situation. And I thought, how many people are going to watch this on Netflix and be like, oh gosh, this is why adoption is terrible, or this is why you shouldn't do it. I mean, I even thought about our sweet birth mothers. What if they watch that on Netflix, David? Talk me down now.
Well, I think our sweet birth mothers are
follow us online.
They know us, and they know what the kids are doing, and so I think they think they're in a pretty good. They got a good gig. But I do see how that could cause someone to kind of have a little anxiousness.
But it is nonetheless a true story. You have to tell the story. Charlize Theron was an executive producer on it, and it is a really, really good one.
But it's just I understand how that can get into somebody's psyche and start to worry them. But the percentage of those is so small compared to the, just astronomical percentage of great families, giving these kids good lives. So.
Right. So what I've mentioned today is Outcry is a great one that's happened here in Texas. Little Miss Innocent on Hulu and Into the Fire on Netflix are 3 great documentaries. If you want to watch a good movie, Speak No Evil. As far as books go, I got to tell you, I'm not in one that I really am liking right now. I just downloaded a book the other day called The Water Covenant. It was an Oprah's book pick, and so many people have recommended it, and I am having a lot of trouble getting into it. And I tend to be a person who, when I cannot finish a book, when I cannot get into a book, I just stop reading books at all, because I don't like to cross read. And so I haven't been reading the last week because I don't like the book that much. I'll give it a little bit more, but I'm certainly not going to go on a cruise next week reading a book I don't like. So all that to say, if you have any great book recommendations, bring them my way. But we do need to talk about, before we hang up today, we need to talk about next week.
Okay. I was just going to say that Heather said the doc on Hulu about the first woman to interview serial killers is called Mastermind.
Yes, thank you.
That's when we're talking
Mastermind. About. Thank you.
Sue. Oh, you watched that. Stacy said, have you seen Trying on Apple TV? It's about adoption, kind of.
Yes. I watched that years ago.
Yeah. So, next week we will not be here. We are actually going to, as Melissa mentioned, be on a cruise. Melissa worked very hard and earned a cruise. I don't want to say she won it or it was given to her, because she actually worked very hard and earned it. And we've had a couple of trips, and actually one of them was a cruise that you worked, and that's why we went on that trip, or those kind of things. But this is we haven't done that in a while, at least.
One of the Bahamas.
And so it's going to be cool. So,
we're leaving out of Miami on Monday. Don't worry about us. The storm will have passed from that way. We've been checking the cruise line. We've been checking people that are going on the cruise with us, and we don't have any fear at all.
So, we will be here tomorrow on Thursday, but we will not be here next week. We'll jump on, Facebook, Instagram, maybe TikTok, post here and there, those kind of things. So don't think there won't be stuff on social, but we just won't be live next week. So also want to mention, you will see up in the copy, and I can actually grab it and put it in the comments as well. Melissa, tell them just a little bit about the brand new.
You'll see me tomorrow. I'm getting my hair done today. That's why it looks like this. I'm getting it done today, and you'll see me tomorrow.
Tell them about the brand new In Defense of Our Family, My Spirit, My Mind, My Body.
a 5-page prayer guide for your spirit, your mind, and your body. You guys seem to love the other one that I did in defense of our family, 5 prayers to pray inside your home. But as I was reminded by a couple of you guys, it really does start with us, doesn't it? And I want you to be as healthy and whole overall, not just your body. I don't want you to be overweight and unhappy and unhealthy, but in great relationship with God, because I don't think that's possible. I think that you are a 3-legged stool. You are made up of 3 legs, spirit, mind, and body. And all 3 have to be running full tilt on full, and in order to be truly healthy. And so this is a prayer guide that I hope will start that approach for you as you lean into the last 3 months of this year, get ready for a new year, that you become the 3-legged stool that you're supposed to be, and not just 2-legged, because you've worked so hard on your body, but your mind runs you ragged. Or you've worked so hard on your spirit, but you've let your body go. And so I hope that this prayer guide helps you. Download it today. It's absolutely free. It's just a gift.
All right. And as always, we appreciate you hanging out with us. If it's live or you're watching on replay, we appreciate it so much. We love you guys.
Yes,
and,
I will be with I will be with Courtney Swan on that cruise, Patty. I sure will. We'll get some pics for you.
So we love you guys, and we will see you tomorrow on YouTube and Facebook.
Love y'all. Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.